All right. Raindrops and stingrays.
Uh, it's so cute to me.
You like the stingrays, don't you?
I do because I had always thought about who my fans' name would be because I've heard about Nicki Minaj's and having the barbs and Beyonce having the beehives. And I thought, oh, well, I ain't at that level for my fans to be called nothing. You know what I mean? So I was like, I didn't think about it. But I think that is really, really cute when you have a really true fans. And I do have some out there that I know by name and by them, constantly commenting
Mhm.
great inspirational things, to just uplift you. And those comments always stand out because it's always consistent. And it made me pay attention and say, you know what? Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you so much for offering that to me. And thank you so much for even loving me like that. And so I really appreciate those comments, other than the
Well,
others.
no, they love you, LisaRaye. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you are someone that has been in our households for so many years, and you are somebody
I
that
mean, they gotta like me, though.
you said that. I mean, that's true. That's true. That
Because
is true.
sometimes you don't do it for everybody, and that's real, and I understand that. So if I don't do it for you, that's cool. I mean, I'm not going to switch up and change up because that's a whole nother conversation. But I understand.
Yes, yes, yeah. Well, listen, we have coined the stingrays and raindrops and stingrays. Thank you for stepping into episode 3 of our show, Shit Chat, where it's our nighttime series where we are here to talk shit. We are here to talk about the hottest topics that focuses on love and relationships. So, LisaRaye, since I last saw you, any update in those departments?
I'm loving on me now. You know what I mean? I need to. So, I haven't really been anywhere too tough to really meet anybody. I've been to, dabbling in the award show. So I've been, and I'm just not really sure if he's there. You know what I mean? I don't know if he's a director or an actor. I think not. You know what I mean? Like totally. So maybe my energy is giving that off like, nah, nah, I'm just here for the pictures and the red carpet. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I'm just open to really finding them anywhere. But I'm not focused on that.
Would you ever in this day and age, would you ever date another actor or a director or a celebrity?
I any that are available. Either they are older and already involved in a relationship, married or divorced, and not thinking about it. Um, and another actor, if he's not, bigger than me, then that means both of us is trying to figure out who gonna have the next job and when it's gonna come. You know what I mean? So I don't want to live like that because I'm already living like that. So that don't scream security for me. So I think I want someone that does something different and opposite from what I do, and then we have much more pillow talk to talk about at night.
All right, now, but look, I got my eyes open for you, sister, so know that.
Make sure he's straight in all ways.
Well, that's a perfect segue in terms of our first topic of the day. So, raindrops and stingrays. You guys may have seen that yesterday. I dropped my exclusive one-on-one interview with EJ Johnson, the child of Magic Johnson, who is breaking the internet, LisaRaye, with their perspective on what it's like dating. It went viral today because, well, you know what, raindrops, because I love you all so much, how about play y'all the clip? We can watch it together, and then you will get LisaRaye and I perspective on it. So here we go. This is EJ Johnson on my podcast. It's been that way for you in terms of when it comes to men? Has it always been what some people consider the straight guy always being the one that would approach you?
or somebody who, has been intimate and dating, women for most of their life, or like up until then, for sure. Absolutely. It has always been that way, but now it's like even more so now that I definitely present in more of a feminine way, because also like it's like my energy is that.
Okay, let me play more.
One of the biggest storylines on your spinoff was, you and your sister liking the same guy.
Honestly, that is ultimately what got the show picked up. But also, in terms of the gender and sexualities and stuff like that, it was very important because that happens. I don't attract gay men, and I'm not attracted to gay men. Like, it's just not a thing.
Tell me more about that.
It's just, I think, like, if you ask any of the girls, like, they'll tell you the same. And I think they're just labels. That's why, like, I don't care what, like, I'm dating someone. I'm like, I don't care what you identify as or what you call yourself, as long as you're happy being who you are. But no, but to be honest, it's like, that's why I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to, gay things, because it's like the men that I attract are not there. And also, like, they're like, they kind of like wave you off. You're just like, oh, that, hey girl, like, it's not, you're not in here like the rest of us are. It's just, it's always, but I never really understood it until now, because before, when I would go and I just was like, there's something about this room. It's like, it's almost like they don't want me here. Like, I'm not really in it here, because I'm not presenting as a man. I'm not presenting in that way.
And to be clear, the gay community room.
Yeah.
Your own community. Yeah.
But it's not like a shameful thing, or just like, oh, they're mean to me. But it's like, these are not my men in terms of attraction. Now, if I'm just going to have a kiki, sure. But like, these are not the men that are interested in me in that capacity. I do that when I go to the straight rooms.
All right. So, LisaRaye, what are your thoughts on what EJ is saying? EJ is saying that, look, when it comes to the men he date, he does consider them to be more straight leaning, and that things are more about energy.
Look, I understand exactly what he said and what he meant, because this is what I am glad about. I'm glad that everyone is being able to come out and be themselves, because it has to be a shame to be able to have to hide yourself and hide your life and not be happy. So we got all these people coming out saying, I'm this, I'm that, and I'm this, and I do this. And it's a lot. And it's confusing to the ones that have never lived that type of life. So they're educating us. So EJ is saying, hey, I don't even go to gay clubs. Really, I turn out straight men. And the only reason why I say that like that is because it's only because when we think of gay as a straight woman, we think we don't want a down low brother. We want to know if our guy is getting pounded. Well, is that because the stigma that we have behind gay is it's not for a straight woman? It's only for gay, and that's what gay is. If you are having anal sex, well, women and a man have anal sex. So what is that called? So to me, as a straight woman, I'm already automatically thinking, yeah, I need my guy to be honest with me and let me know if he wants anal sex or not, because maybe in my head somewhere that may be something that it makes me feel unclean, or it makes me feel nasty, or it makes me feel vulnerable, or it makes me feel deliberate, or it makes me feel like I'm hiding something if I like it. It could be so many different things because we learned it one way, which was a negative way. So I appreciate, first of all, her honesty. And I'm saying that because I don't know the pronouns. So I don't mean any.
In the interview, EJ said he would like to go by EJ, but he's not offended if someone says he or she, because they want to make sure that it's not coming across disrespectful. So no, I want to let you know that you're not being disrespectful.
Yeah. So EJ, we've seen his growth, if you will, because we saw when EJ first came out, and we were like, oh, and we were surprised or confused or interested, You know what I mean? Like, where is this going to go and where is this going to turn? And we've seen the evolution of even more femininity from EJ. So you go into the club and you say, you're going to pull a straight guy. Well, was he really down low? Down low is down low. You doing your stuff down low. You know what I mean? And you got some that want to inquire about it, want to try it, want to be a trick off, want to whatever it is. You know what I mean? Hey, let me tell you something. I've been in a gay club because I go to both. I go to the guys and I go to the girls, and I have a good time. I enjoy myself more with. Well, I can't even really say that, because the boys, the children, are going to give you the ball, and they are going to vogue, and they're going to dance, and they're going to pantomime, and they're going to do drag, and I'm all into all of that. And I have been since high school. I get a lot of my makeup tips and wardrobe malfunctions and how to fix them and hacks and all of that from them. But I go to the girls' club and then I go, you know what? If a guy ain't done it for me in all this time, maybe it's a woman. Maybe I need to get a woman in. You know what? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna seek somebody out tonight. Tonight gonna be the night. And I'll look and I'll go, ooh, she got some nice legs. She's pretty. Her hair is nice. She looks sharp. She got a nice ass. I can say all of that. But the minute she start walking over to me, I go, y'all better get this bitch because she coming over. And then I freeze. You know what I mean? And I freeze because of what? What is that? Was I just playing with myself? Was I waiting to have some kind of feeling that is butterflies, or some kind of feeling that I remotely remember that a man gives me, and then that's it. That's that feeling. I can do this. What am I waiting for? And it's something that has to give off to make you go to the next step. So I've never went to the next step. You know what I mean? Because I've never felt whatever that feeling was to make me go, yeah, my number is 777-9311. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. And to me, that was the point I believe EJ was trying to make, right? I think what EJ was trying to say is this, and this is obviously me speaking as an openly gay Black man. I'm in my 40s. I've been gay my whole life that I can remember. And I've also been in the spaces in which EJ talks about. The biggest thing that I got from it is this. When it comes to the type of men EJ attracts, EJ wasn't saying that, oh, I date only masculine men or I only date straight men, because obviously if a man is with another man, then the whole straight thing's out the window, right? You're no longer straight once you entered the intimacy with a man. Now, during the interview, EJ talked about labels. And the biggest thing that I think people aren't getting from the conversation, which is fine, was the fact that EJ was saying they don't do labels. They do energy. And what I will say is this. You look at someone like Niecy Nash. Okay? Niecy Nash, a Emmy Award-winning actress, was married to a man. Never thought she'll be with a woman until she met her wife, Jessica Bettis. And it was something about Jessica that drawn her to that particular woman. It was an energy. So I want to, what I got from it, raindrops and stingrays, let me know what you think in the comments. EJ, to me, was not saying, I'm going after y'all's men. Because if a man wants EJ, that's why they said it's about the energy, and they don't go to gay places, because by EJ being this flamboyant person, that their experience, LisaRaye, was more so that they felt these gay guys at these clubs aren't attracted to me. And in return, I'm not attracted to them. We have a good kiki, we're girlfriends, but sexual attraction isn't there. But the places he goes to, and at least let's be clear, I want to go to all the places EJ Johnson goes to. those are rooms you and I need to be in. And I think when you think about the fact that this person was literally born with a silver spoon in their mouths. I think EJ is in rooms where men are fluid. And they may want him one day, they may want a woman the next day, and they may not classify themselves as gay. And listen, that's your business, that's your prerogative. But I didn't think, because a lot of people are saying, LisaRaye, that EJ is saying that he only dates straight men, and I did not take it that way.
Oh, I did.
You did? Okay, yeah. Well, no, let's talk about it.
Yeah, because to me, he made it clear. He said, gay men are not attracted to me. That's not where I spend my time nor give my energy. I'll go for a kiki, but that's it. Because where I feel it is in the rooms with straight men, is what EJ said. So the straight men, because they thinking they're straight because maybe they haven't indulged yet. Mm-hmm. But their curiosity makes them try. Mm-hmm. So it goes back to that saying, you know, like what the jail guys used to say. It's like, if I get my, you know, dick sucked, am I gay? Or am I still, you know, that macho man I want you to believe and see that I am? You know what I mean? What is it? If you're curious and you do it, does that automatically make you gay? And that's a question for you.
Oh, for me?
You tell.
Listen. Okay, LisaRaye, that's a good question. I love it here. That's why I love this show so much.
Because even with the girls, you know what I mean? If they do a menage a trois with a man and it's another woman, does that make her gay? Or does that put her on some old freaky shit?
In my opinion, is this, okay? If I kiss a man, I'm speaking for Carlos King. I can only speak for myself. If any man that I've been with, you're gay. You're gay. You're not a man. This is me. I don't see you as the man that happened to have a one-on-one man experience. And even if you did, you're gay. And the reason why I brought up Niecy Nash is because Niecy Nash identifies herself as a gay woman. She marches in gay parades. She attends gay pride because, yes, she may have only been attracted to this one woman. Niecy Nash understands that this one woman that I'm married to clearly makes me gay for this woman. And for me, if a man is with another man, I'm not saying that you want to spend the rest of your life with a man, but in this very moment of us having a session, we're both gay.
So does that label change when he get up and go with the woman?
Well, that's the thing. That's why for the other man, if he doesn't identify himself as gay, that's a label thing that he has to deal with. Now, what I can say is this, and this is a real conversation, and my raindrops and stingrays,
chime in.
Okay, let me know in the comments. I'll speak for the Black gay community. Not that I'm gonna speak for everybody, but the majority of us. LisaRaye, one of the most difficult things for a Black man growing up to admit and to say out loud is the G word. It's difficult.
Okay.
Because to utter the words "I'm gay" is hard to say for a lot of us because you can't come back from it. And there's so many negative connotations that comes with that word. And it's very challenging for us to admit it. That's why sometimes when a gay Black man starts to come out, they will say things like, "Oh, I'm bi." And it's like, girl, okay, because of the comfort level. I say all that to say I think it just takes a lot for a man to admit it. And I personally don't subscribe to a man saying, "Well, I'm not gay. I may have sex with this man, but it doesn't." I think it's just something hard, no pun intended, for them to to admit. And it's difficult. And it's very difficult because, listen, society is not welcoming to a lot of gay Black men. The Black community isn't welcoming to a lot of gay Black men. It's a very difficult, challenging road for us to navigate because it's not safe. I grew up, LisaRaye, when I first moved to New York, I had men throw glass bottles at me, and I'm just walking down the street. I'm not doing anything. Not that if I was, I deserved it, but my point was, I'm literally walking home from working at the Gap, and I didn't realize that in this, because I don't want to label people, I didn't realize that in this particular neighborhood that I lived in, there were men of West Indian descent.
Mm.
And I was not aware growing up in Detroit that in New York City, that some West Indian men were homophobic. So when they were throwing glass bottles at me, thankfully it didn't hit me. I had to talk to my friends and LisaRaye. That's how I found out. So my point is, it's also a safety concern for us. But the biggest thing for me is, listen, it's just.
Was you snitching or something?
I mean, listen. One thing about me, because I've always been Carlos. No. I've always been Carlos King. So my biggest thing is, I'm a proud feminine man. I'm a feminine man, but it took a lot for me to come to grips with that. So I was literally just walking, whether or not I was switching, whatever, I don't know. But the thing is a safety thing, which is why a lot of people don't do it. And I think ultimately labels are tools, because for some people, they create, clarity, belonging, and empowerment, while for others, they may feel unnecessary. But my point is, both experiences can exist at the same time. And that's why I'm not here to represent all the gays. I'm not here to represent that we all have this one monolithic thought. Mm-hmm. And that's why I said, for Carlos King, if I am intimate with a man, I am walking away from that saying, we're gay. But that's me.
Do you feel that it's getting better now?
Oh, for sure. But I would say this for you. You're a Black woman in Hollywood. I'm sure it's better than it was when you first came out. However, there's
who first came out of what?
When you first,
what you saying? Clarity,
LisaRaye McCoy, you are hysterical.
I don't even like the way that sounds. You
LisaRaye.
Go back. What now?
I'm talking about when you first came out in Hollywood. You left Chicago.
Okay. Just so we clear. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So yes, there's strides that have been made, but it's still issues you deal with. Just like as Black people, there's strides made for us as a culture. However, there's still shit we go through. So,
honey, because I've been feeling lately like I need to get me a bitch then, because I need some publicity. Who likes me? You know
what's so funny? I know for a fact that there's a lot of women who would love to be LisaRaye's woman. But hey, Raindrops, let us know. Let us know in the comments what y'all think, because I will definitely put the call out for LisaRaye. But that's a perfect way for us to transition, LisaRaye, into the next topic, because when I saw this, I literally thought of you.
Let me see.
Because I was curious if this would apply to someone like you. So this, I want to say, this woman could be a influencer of some sorts, but her name is Aisha Diaz, Raindrops, and she said in a recent interview that she demands $50,000 a month to date her. And I wanted to get your thoughts on that to see if that is something that you think.
I don't even like the way that came off. I just okay, but go ahead. Let me see. Let me respectfully hold.
Yes. So I want to. Well, it's funny. I think based on 1 second, let me grab it for us really fast. 1 second, raindrops, because I want to play this clip because baby, this clip got the people in their feelings. So I'm gonna grab it up and then let's all watch it together as a family.
Financially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm spoiled.
No, as soon as they said it's sports, it's gonna be a ticket. Go ahead.
What's that mean? Just
what's that range?
Because it's good insight. Because we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time. But just somebody you're like in the top 1% of girls that's actually you're exposed to that life, right? Like so. Yeah. What is you say you're spoiled? What does that mean?
Spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
What does that mean?
Ladies, take notes. Take notes because it'll work on the simp. I have a lifestyle I expect to keep.
Myself, you should be able to do it for me too. And if I can't depend on you to be able to handle what I have on my plate, then there's no reason for me and me and you to be together, because that means you're gonna hold me back, and that means I'm gonna have to be looking out after you.
What about love?
What does that mean? Financially, what does that mean though? What does that mean? What does that mean on a monthly? What does that mean? Roughly.
Numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 45, 50.
$50,000 a month. So you need $50,000 a month.
What is true? I can give you the paperwork right now.
No, I'm not saying that you're not getting it. Right. But hold on. You got a contract?
Listen.
You signed contract? They signed contracts?
But listen, if you allow me, let's say my partner doesn't allow me to work, I am going to look at you and say, are you paying all my bills? Because in order for me to sit down, somebody have to pay all my bills. And not just my bills. I need extra money because you can't give me my bill money and then I'm left with nothing.
Yeah,
I need money to save too.
And you're flat. Yep.
And that's honestly, that's what really becomes expensive because my bills alone are already really high.
Yeah.
So I need a little bit more, not just for hair and nails and stuff, but I need a little bit more because I need to be able to save and I need a backup. Because after we break up or anything happens in between me and you, I need security until I can find not another job, but you know what I mean? So I can get back into what I used to do before. I don't require my man to do it. Do I expect it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Does he have to? No. But you can't ask me not to work if you're not willing to handle and take care of all my bills.
Okay.
All right.
That put it in perspective. She added a little bit more commentary to what it was that she was saying. When I first heard the demand of it was like demand, I wouldn't want to demand a man to pay anything because I would want our relationship to be able to render that kind of service between the two of us because we are that already.
Mm-hmm. Not LisaRaye being pulled. Baby, they found a woman snatch LisaRaye, honey. Baby, they said, come here, girl. She will come back in. But raindrops and stingrays, let me know. She's okay. It's Shelly Meeks. She said you got to match her income to retire her. What's the problem? I want to read more of the comments. Okay, that's a good one. When LisaRaye comes back, we'll make sure to bring that one up too. But I mean, look, points are being made. Seabreeze 40 said, again, I'm not mad about her, but she's not sound super child. Elizabeth Hall 153 said, I agree with her 1000%. Okay, well, look, I was going to say this is a surprise, but actually it's not a surprise. I think anybody in that regard would definitely say yes to something like that. Don't ask her to sit down. You can't afford it. I mean, okay, when LisaRaye comes back, obviously we'll get her thoughts because this is the question that I have for LisaRaye. So, not prostitution, baby. Wait. Now, I do want to know this. Okay. I have to find out. 1 second. I need to know because she's a gorgeous woman. I only heard of her when this whole thing happened. Have y'all heard of Aisha Diaz? Okay. LisaRaye is coming back in. We'll have her get settled for a second, but I never heard of Aisha Diaz, but she's gorgeous. And her IG says legendary Aisha Diaz. She has over 900,000 followers. Okay, I'm on Wikipedia. She is a Dominican urban model, video vixen, and social media influencer. All right, let's bring LisaRaye back in, child. Hey, boo.
So let me see if you got me here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you. Can you see me and hear me?
Turn it up. I did.
You can't hear me?
I don't know what's going on.
You can't hear me? No? Okay. Technical difficulties, child. But okay, so LisaRaye, give us a thumbs up when you think everything is good. Okay, let me find. Okay, so they said she's a Dominican urban model, video vixen, and social media influencer.
Hello.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
No, I don't see. No.
Are you on your phone? Chat. Okay, so while we figure that out, LisaRaye be back, child. This is what happens when you are live. So, LisaRaye, if you can hear me, log off and log back on, because maybe that'll do it. Carlos, your glasses are clean as... Well, as a gay man that's never been with a woman, I would be considered gold star. So I didn't know that that was considered clean. Not that I think it's not clean. I've heard clean as a whistle. I've heard clean as a dollar bill. I even heard clean as the Board of Health. I have never heard clean as coochie. I never heard of that, baby. I never heard of that. Are those clean? Sir Carlos, when you were her age, would you be the much on the market? What do you mean the much? Would you be that much on the market? Oh, child. Wait till LisaRaye comes back. I'll answer that for you, Sea Breeze. Okay, wait. Let's see.
I'm trying to come back. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Hey, we're back.
Back. Okay. That's live. You know what I mean? Like in living color.
Okay. Well, LisaRaye, I didn't know this. Somebody said, Carlos, your glasses are as clean as coochie. And I didn't know coochie was clean, like the Board of Health, like a dollar bill, or clean as a whistle.
Let me tell you something. Prostitutes' coochie is clean. They say that is their number one rule, that they are always going to the doctor to make sure that they clean. You know, that's what I heard. You gonna give me a cramp, you know? You know what I'm saying? I be down there looking on Figueroa, and that trips me out. I just would park my car and just watch, because I love the people watch. And I be thinking to myself, when you see it, how it's the makeup is, you be thinking, but they say they got some of the cleanest coochie ever. I mean, that's what they say. Because they always going to the doctor making sure that they don't have any STDs. Because they have so many customers, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay, So this person who said that in the commentary, well, I appreciate that. I love that. Oh, for brothels, that's correct. Okay, well, I didn't know that coochies.
And brothels, absolutely, because if you in a house, the madam, you know what I'm saying? She want to make sure her girls is great because she want those customers to be returning customers. That makes sense. That makes great business sense to me.
So, in order for you to be a successful prostitute, you have to have a clean coochie.
Now, this is what I heard. It depends where you're going to. Now, because some men want the gushy gushy, and it could be gushing for all kind of different reasons. You know what I mean? Some don't care. You know what I mean? I can't. WAP can come in many different styles. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to necessarily be gushing because it's clean and just wet. You know what I mean? It could be, nasty and gushing and still be wet. Now, it's the kind of gush which kind of gush do you want? What kind of wet do you want? What kind of cleanness do you want?
I've never had any of it, so I don't know.
I ain't either. But they say, they go, even when we as women make that comment, like, I don't want she smell like fish. It's like, you should never smell like fish. That should never be. You know what I mean? Every woman has her own distinctive odor. And if we eat that pineapple and all of it, then you may even just, taste and smell good as well. Now, I know about that.
Okay. Do you eat pineapples a lot?
I do. I love pineapples.
And no man has ever complained?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. Not even when I come out of the ocean.
Stingrays! Okay, LisaRaye, back to the second topic. This is why Shit Chat is the most dangerous show on YouTube, because things will take a twist and a turn, and we will end up in the pits of cooch. Okay, but at least we know it's clean. Okay, they say pineapple and cranberry juice. Well, I eat kiwis.
Kiwis help you go to bed and sleep well at night too. Yeah. So you got to know what you're eating and why you're eating it. You know what I mean? And that's part of our generation now too, because, they messing and tampering with the food, with the preservatives and the pesticides and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you just, educate yourself as to why, the cranberry is good for your bladder. You know what I mean? Your urinary tract, those kind of things. So I'm really into that. I juice, and I just want to make sure that my skin stay nice, so I don't have to wear all that gook all the time.
No, baby. When I say to you, you look the fuck good. So, LisaRaye, how do you feel about Aisha? So, Aisha Diaz is an urban model. She has almost 1 million followers on Instagram. She said 40 to 50,000 a month, for her expenses, to not only allow her to not work, if that's what you want her to do, but she's going to need other cash to supplement just in case you get sick. Do you think $40,000 to $50,000 is a lot? Because I didn't know that bundles, mani pedis, Victoria's Secret, and a nice meal totals up to $50K.
Well, maybe that, it's the difference between what type of shoes you get. You know what I'm saying? You can go to, I don't even know if they still have Payless, but you can have Payless shoes, or you can go to Louboutin and get your shoes, so then that there's a difference. To me, what I hear is that she's at a level in which she makes a substantial amount of money. So if you are asking her to sit down to do whatever, sit down and have children, sit down to watch and clean the house. Well, I don't know about clean the house, because I'm sure she would have someone clean the house at that level. But the point is if she's stopping doing what she's doing, then you are taking care of everything else. I don't know what that price is, but I know what that means and what that's about, because when I was first lady, I didn't pay any bills. I didn't even know how much the electric bill was, because it wasn't my duty to do that, and so that was already taken care of. So if you're dating on a different level, then that might come with it. And clearly she got the receipts, and clearly she's calculated it up to say, hey, this is how much my bills are. I don't know where she living, where $50,000 is, you know, how many times she's going out to eat, because she must don't know how to cook, because that means that you're not at home, you know, cooking anything if you going out every night to have a bill of $10,000 to $20,000 a month going out, unless you're taking all your girlfriends and your family and everything else. So I just think it's a little bit more involved in that. And hey, she might be taking some of that and not spending it all. She may be stashing it in that mattress or in that safe, you know what I'm saying, for the
Or that
rainy day.
coochie.
Right. So, you know, and like she said, she's already preopted by saying that if we break up or when we break up kind of thing. I would not be wanting to manifest that. I would say to myself, if I'm at that level with a man, that we are staying together. And that's how I would speak it. So I wouldn't speak of, you know, we're going to break up. So the stashing of the money is the, is she's not so sure if this relationship is going to work, because you only stash money if you not clear about what position you are in and where you all are going. So, you know, I don't know. Should be able to ask you for whatever, you know, if I'm needing $100,000 or whatever, you're at that level, then I would ask you. I don't have to stash it, you know, but you know, maybe that's her savings, you know, as well. I'm not really sure. I would have asked, you know, those were guys that was interviewing her. She needed a woman to interview her, because I would have different appointed questions for her and more for her to, you know, I would need to know.
All right. So Aisha Diaz or Raindrops, slotted Aisha Diaz DM. Let her know that LisaRaye and I would love to invite her on Shit Chat to ask her a few questions. So do us a favor and book that for us.
Okay.
I will slide in her DMs too, for other reasons, booking, not for the ones the other guys do. But my thing is this. A lot of men, though, LisaRaye, feel like when it comes to dating women, that a lot of times all y'all want is the money. Y'all just want an allowance. You know, I had a conversation with Marlo Hampton from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she said, Carlos, you don't understand. If a man wants to go out with me, he wants to show me off. If he's asking me to go to a basketball game with him, I can go in my sweatsuit and my hair and cornrows and braids, but you're not gonna like that, because you want a woman on your arm to make you look good. So because I make you look good, if you're asking me out, pay for my nails and my hair and my glam. Give me money to make sure I look good, so that in return you look good. Do you agree with that?
I do, because first of all, let me say this. If he met you like that with your hair and your nails and all glamored up, then that means that's what kind of woman you are. But do you really need him to keep that up? Because that's how I met you. So that means that that's must be what you and how you represent yourself without me, first of all. Now, with him means I should have more, because now it's two of us. So now maybe I'm going out more than I was before, so that you can help subsidize that as well. But I'm already together. Like when I step out, you don't have to worry about, you know, paying for my nails, because my nails is going to already be done. So I don't need you to do that. What to me it is that we are combining our lives together. And when you're combining your life together, then the finances and the everything else goes together as well, because you're building. And that's how I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, look,
Mhm.
anybody who dates Carlos King, I'm going to make sure you are supplemented with the things you need in order for you to feel good, look good, and for us to look good together. So I, for one, even as a gay man, I actually, now 40 to 50,000 a month is crazy as an amount, you know.
We don't know who she's dating, though. You know what I mean? It could be Jeff Basil. I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be, you know what I'm saying? So if that's what it is in that level, then, you know, more power to her.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, she used to date Bow Wow.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Who said it? It ain't tricking if you got it. That's true though. That's true. My girl can get what she want because I ain't got to look at no price tags because I love her like that and I got it like that. So go on and get that.
Yes.
It ain't tricking if you got it. Only men talk about finances. They're ones that don't have it because they are not dating those type of women. So you would date on your level. But at every level, and make no mistake about it, at every level, a man is dating a woman and smarooging her and reeling her in. So you're taking her to dinner, even if it's at Red Lobster. Hey, I like Red Lobster. You know what I mean? So it depends, not every date, but you're going to have to be able to afford to take me to whatever restaurants that's high end as well and all in between. But I don't want to break you while you're trying to do that because that's not smart for me or for you or for us, for the relationship. So you have to date on your level. I done said it before. I done said it. And I don't really like to repeat myself, but there you go.
So
Now-
Ray Cross, let us know in the comments if you think 40 to 50,000 a month is a good price. If a man wants you to retire, he doesn't want you to work, is that too much a month? Let us know in the comments and don't go anywhere because at the end, LisaRaye, okay, Raindrops, Stingrays, y'all
Okay.
get to ask LisaRaye questions about dating and relationships. Okay, so make sure before we leave, that y'all have y'all questions ready for the Lisa.
Mm.
All right, so we got a couple more topics to get to. LisaRaye, let's get into this conversation with producer HitMaker, who was doing an interview and he talked about why he does not pretty much confide in women.
Okay.
Let's check this out. Wait, is it that? No, here it is. There we go.
Overly expressive about bad moments and down things that happened in my life to where it hasn't been weaponized. Even the woman in her feelings and hasn't been feeling greatly about me. So it puts you at a point to where you don't want to be expressive about anything because we're so built up as men to be masculine and not really let our guard down when we should be able to tell our partner and significant other. But we've seen that just in the era we living in right now, that women weaponize your own trauma, and then it shuts you down even more when you actually are vulnerable to do it, and it's thrown back in your face to where it's like, man, I don't even want to go that route.
to that pain.
Nah, not at all. And they know, like when men say, man, this girl know me, she know what it hit me where it hurts. That's all what they really meant.
Mm-hmm.
She know all the skeletons, she know all the bodies that, so she can go and say, yo, well, you're not this or you're not that. And it might be your most vulnerable moment to even say something and it gets weaponized. I don't tell women my problems or counsel. I hire a therapist.
Tell us why though. Some people may say it's toxic, but I feel you. But tell us why.
Now, there's not been a moment in my life to where I've been overly expressive about bad moments and down things that's happened in my life to where it hasn't been weaponized to me when a woman's been in her feelings and hasn't been feeling greatly about me. So it puts you at a point to where you don't want to be expressive about anything because we're so built up as men to be masculine.
All right, so LisaRaye, are points made with that?
I understand that because that means that he, like he said, he's had some women in his life that has used his vulnerable moments against him. And that could never feel good to a man. That's when us as women need to learn and know how to be gentle. I call it knowing how to hold and when to fold. That's when you have to be able to support your man and be able to talk to him in a way that you're still uplifting him, even when you're trying to reprimand him. That's when a strong woman knows how to talk to her man. Because my mother taught me that a long time ago. I called some guy, I don't know, a bitch, and now it'd be a bitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? But she said, oh, you don't never talk to a man like that because a man will smack the shit out of you. And I was thinking, no, he won't, you know what I mean? But I'm young, you know what I mean? And I was just like, you acting like and finally, as I started what we call, what is it? You don't want to, what's the word?
Emasculate.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because They're not gonna forget because men don't forget anyway. You know, we are more softer because we're nurturers, so we're more forgiving. You know what I mean? But a man not. That's why it's harder for a man to accept his woman cheating, and then a woman, we can go through it and say, "You gonna stop? You sure this time I'm gonna brush this under the rug?" You know what I mean? So, you know, you gonna have your man looking at you at like, when is the next time you gonna use this against me? And it can make you judgmental because if you really think that about your man, you still looking at him like, nigga, I don't know if you know how to do this, because you lose respect for him. So if you keep talking about him and downing him, ultimately you're going to believe what you're saying to him, and you're not going to like him. You're not going to feel like he's the man that you chose in the beginning. And if you punk him and he allows you and lets you punk him, then you're going to walk all over him. So he got to be strong enough to stand up for himself. And if he stand up too much and slap the shit out of you, then you're going to have a problem with that as well. So you got to pick your poison. You got to know how to be in there and know how to hold and when to fold.
Well, I think the one thing I got from him, LisaRaye, is when he said how men are, of course, positioned since birth to be masculine. You know, listen, speaking as a Black man, I have 6 brothers. So all 7 of us, we were raised, you don't cry, you don't show no emotion, don't be a bitch, you know, all of these things. And
I mean, I had that said to me. Don't cry, don't be a bitch, you know.
But the thing about Black men, and listen, of course, America isn't kind when it comes to Black men, right? So the masculinity aspect is sort of one of those things where when you are telling your boy as a kid, you know, toughen up, don't cry, don't do all those things, what you are telling him is that his feelings don't matter. And that when a man finally feels comfortable, right, telling a woman, because this is the thing that we know about men. When a man trusts a woman, okay, I'm gonna get to you then, Jenny. She said her man's too emotional. When a man feels safe with a woman, he lets his guard down. And HitMaker is saying something that I agree with in terms of to weaponize that is going to not allow him to ever be vulnerable again. And if you take his vulnerable moments and use it against him, I promise you, he's not going to look at you the same. He's just not, because you're no longer a safe space for him.
Exactly.
And he will be up under another woman who will make him feel safer.
So hopefully this is a lesson, you know, to the women out there that think that, you know, when you are tough, you know, and you giving tough love, that you know how to give that tough love and when to be able to hold back, you know, and let his masculinity still be intact, you know. So hopefully they hear what we're saying here. And I hope that, you know, he does give another woman a chance to be vulnerable with, because I find something beautiful in that when a man is able to share his softer side with you, that emotion that they show to me, because I'm an emotional person, like I'm an extremist. I'm either gonna whoop your ass or I'm gonna cry with you. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you got to watch out for both. You know what I mean? But I am sensitive, you know. I can't watch the news and I'm like, do you see what they doing? You know what I mean? When the world is fucked up, you know, I'm like that, you know what I mean? Then it's like, what noise was that? You got Smith in here and Western, you know what I mean? Like what, you know what I mean? It's like I'm all over the place sometimes. And I'm trying to have that happy medium. So even our talks that we're having helps me. It helps me reflect. And it's the people around you that can help you do that, because sometimes we're too close to ourselves and we can't see ourselves in the mirror, and we need somebody else to show us, tell us, teach us how to be softer, especially the women that call themselves the alpha males. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, that's something else to be talked about as well. And I understand that, you know, because, you know, I got a whole term for who and what I am. I ain't gonna say it, but you know, I am. You want to hear it?
I do actually.
You want to hear it? Here you go. I call myself a nigga bitch.
And LisaRaye, what exactly is that?
Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. I got a lot of testosterone in me, you know, and I also am in tune with my estrogen side. So I understand the women that say that they are an alpha male, because it's like we know how to step up when we need to feel like that's what the man is supposed to do, but he's not here. So it's just me. So let me, rise to the occasion. I understand that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ooh, okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I mean? Like, I like me, and then that feminine side is the side that is the nurturing, the cook and the clean and the, the smarooger or whatever. And you smash them together and you got a nigga bitch.
Okay. I'm gonna make t-shirts for you that says just that. Because baby, I have learned something new today, and that's the beauty of really being around LisaRaye McCoy. Because baby, you will learn some new terminology that you have never heard before. But
I mean, the bootylicious is in the damn dictionary now. I mean,
now
I
we
make
gotta
up words all
add
the time.
that into it too. So Webster, if anybody works for Webster Dictionary, honey,
They ain't finna, but they ain't ready for it yet. They ain't ready for the first part of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It could be in asterisk GA,
Right.
Or it could be in the Urban Dictionary. But
the good thing about it is that our folks, they gonna know exactly what I mean. Exactly, because we can say that amongst us, but they gonna get it. Watch.
Yeah. Yes. And only we can say it. So ladies, let us know in the comments what you think about what HitMaker said. And again, don't forget, please get your questions ready, because you all are so lucky to ask the LisaRaye a relationship question.
Why just me? Why not you?
Well, I'll chime in. I'll chime in too.
Okay. And my stingrays are saying, don't be forgetting about them. You saying raindrops, like raindrops.
Oh no, I thought I said stingrays.
And he's talking about stingrays.
My bad. Raindrops and stingrays. Don't forget. We got to get y'all a question for that. All right. So up next, we have this particular clip. When it comes to ladies, would you ever date your, somebody your girl used to talk to? So let's get into this particular conversation between Claudia Jordan, who was on Nick Cannon's podcast.
Did you let her have them?
Yes. And that's what I was saying. Like, she's my best friend. Have you ever ended a friendship over something petty and regret it? No. The first thing I thought about, though, is I saw this dude and I was interested, and then I Googled him and I saw a photo with Claudia and I was like, yo, this
red
guy?
Carpet.
And she's like, yeah, red carpet photo.
She's like,
yeah,
I did not do nothing with that man.
She was like, we used to mess around a little bit. Remember that? Yeah. And I was like, can I have him? Because
did you let her have him?
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like, she's my best friend. Have you ever ended a friendship over something petty and regret? And we don't have petty shit like that.
Okay.
Like, we have an understanding.
I didn't love him, so
yeah.
Pass him
Okay,
to
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the next one.
You don't
love them. You can share them.
You can pass it to the
I
homie.
feel like white people do that. No, white people do that shit all day. They will have a full-fledged wedding. The bride is marrying her maid of honors ex-boyfriend from college. It literally be like,
there's character and standards we got to talk about. He's gonna be mad if he's
and we don't have petty shit like that.
If I don't love him,
he know who he is.
He knows who he is.
If I don't love him, you can have him. We need to start sharing more. It ain't enough niggas to go around.
Not enough.
We got to think about what's happening right now in the world. It's just not enough.
And women, a lot of
niggas is in jail.
That's true.
And niggas is with niggas. We gotta.
And women will be like, they'll take someone.
If I don't love him,
for the dating pool for everybody they know. If a guy just hollered at them one time, no, he hit on me once. No,
that's not
he
fair.
didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
I agree. No, I gotta say I agree now. Now that I'm almost 40,
toss it to the homie.
Hey,
hell yeah, man.
All right, LisaRaye. So listen, you are a Hollywood heartthrob. You've been fine your whole life. Have you ever dated somebody that hit on Tisha Campbell, Vivica, Gabby Union? Like, has this ever happened to you?
Yes, it has happened to me. Because it's a small world. Because what I hear is that, the men are doing it now with the women, like switch, and now she's with him, and whatever, So now it's like our turn to be like, okay, switch, whatever. But I have absolutely dated someone, actually married someone that had dated someone that I knew. Were we friends? No, we weren't friends, but I knew that, he dated her, and I didn't know when they were, I knew about it afterwards or whatever. And it didn't make no difference.
But what if it's somebody that your girl used to talk to, whether it was one date, a couple of dates? Would you date somebody that one of your girls messed with or hung out with?
To me, I'd have to get all off into how she felt about him and how deep the relationship was. Because to me, some things is off limits. You have the baby daddy, you have the husbands, the fiancés, the live-ins. Those to me that was a serious relationship. That wasn't a fly-by-night thing. That wasn't just, something that happened and didn't work out. It wasn't that. This was serious. I would stay away from that because then I'm going to be around you. I'm going to see you. And that'll be like awkward. Maybe, perhaps not. I'm not sure. But for me, it would be kind of awkward. I don't have any feelings for anyone that I used to date like that to stand in the way of dating someone. But if I know that it was something serious and you were around us in our relationship and now you trying to date him, I'd have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. Now, have some of us dated someone that we know that you used to date him before kind of thing? Yeah. I've done that.
I feel like, no disrespect, I do feel like in Black Hollywood, y'all all date each other. Like rappers with their girls.
I said that in the beginning of this comment. I said that. It's like switch, and then it's like whoop whoop, and then it's like, and you see that they got some women that date nothing but rappers and have babies by them. You know what I mean? Each of them, or all of them, or whatever. You know what I mean? And it on the outside makes us go, oh, well, she just gonna have a baby by this one, and that one. But we don't know her circumstance. We don't know that if she was just, at the club and then she met him and then she at the party and then she met him. I don't know. You know what I mean? But for me, it says that you have a type, and your type might be rappers. Your type might be businessmen. Your type might be directors. And if that's all you around and they come up on you and you're like, well, wow, I loved his game or whatever, then it is what it is. I have not been in that situation. If you've dated somebody that I know, I'm cool. I'm cool on you. I'm cool. I'm going to find somebody else somewhere else. So if I bring you into the fold of me, it is not like you've been there before.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
And listen, in my situation, okay, so you may know this in Raindrops.
Oh. You know what I just thought about? I thought about a friend of mine, had a friend that she liked a lot. She hadn't slept with him, but she wanted me to meet him. And because he was just that fine. And I was like, okay, whatever, And when I went to her house and met him, I promise you, I was like, I felt the sparks. I said, oh, hell no. Right. And I took her in the kitchen and was like, you ain't never. She said, no. I said, y'all ain't never. No. But something in me felt like she always wanted to, but maybe he didn't just, because they was friends. And when we left her place and he was looking at me and I was looking at him and he was pulling off and I was pulling off and it got to the light and we looked at each other. It was like, call me. Because he was fine. I was like,
but wait, so
and I said,
she wanted, but she was hooking you up.
No, she wasn't hooking me up. She wanted me to see how fine her friend was. And I was like, yes, he is fine, girl. But I was confused because I was like, I know you ain't telling me that he fine for me. Cause I can feel you blocking a little bit. You just, you said come over here and see your friend. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, and you talk about him so much. I get it, I got it. And you said you done seen him in a towel, and you like, let me see, trying to pull the towel, and y'all friends, and y'all still ain't, never, whatever. And it was like secretly, you want to. You ain't telling me, but you want to. So I had to make a decision. I was like, do I still call him and talk to him? Or do I say, I really deep down inside know how she feel about him. And so, I better not. But I did.
What did you end up doing?
I did. No.
Did you do the deed?
Did I?
Did you ever tell her?
No.
She found out today?
Maybe. She might not even know. Still.
Was he a celebrity?
No. See, no. That's TMI. I'm just saying, I know how it can happen. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, that's good.
That's terrible.
Listen, LisaRaye, life is too short not to get banged at an opportunity.
But you know what? For real, if she would have done anything and they would have, did anything, I wouldn't have even went down that route. But he kind of knew too. He was like, I think she kind of, but he said she ain't never said anything inappropriate to me. She never, she's never going to directly let me know about it or whatever. So, I've played those games before, even with my male friends. Deep down inside, I know they waiting for me to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? And so they could just, you know what I mean? And it's like, if it ain't happening all this time, it's not going to happen. So cut it out. Don't make me feel uncomfortable. So that's what you're saying.
Because one thing I know about women, y'all know within 5 seconds whether or not you're going to have sex with this man.
You heard me when I said, when I came through the door, I was like, whoa, I feel it. It was like, wee. He got a nickname. He was just fine in my phone. Fine. Yep.
That is so funny. Well, look.
I think I'm blushing. I think I'm turning red. What's going on?
When's the last time you seen him?
Oh God, it's been years.
Okay. Is he still on television?
He's not on television at all. Next question. Okay. What else you got?
Speaking of that question, before I get to the next topic, there is a question somebody had for you, LisaRaye. One of your stingrays wanted to know, LisaRaye, when was your last date, and was he rich?
When was my last date? It was maybe a couple of months ago. Yeah, he was well off. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't really sure if I liked him or not, and that's what the date and the dating part is all about. But he was interesting enough for me to sit there and enjoy a nice meal and a decent conversation over some champagne. Definitely.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, we love that. So y'all got your question in. All right. So one more topic of the night, and then don't forget stingrays and raindrops. I'm gonna get y'all the opportunity to ask questions. Okay. Dating and relationship questions. Don't be like me and be nosy trying to find out who
you think they not. I would.
All right, so let's get into the final clip. Okay, here we go. So, LisaRaye, Dak Prescott and his fiance have reportedly called off their wedding just 1 week before it was set to take place in Italy after she allegedly refused to sign a prenup following his new $240 million contract with the Dallas Cowboys.
That's serious. And when I tell you that was a statement like a mother, you know, cause by that a week before your wedding, you done spent all the money. You have absolutely spent the money on the flowers and the food and the
LisaRaye, we're having some internet issues with you.
Oh no, I was gonna say the same thing about you.
Oh, is it me and you?
Yeah, I think so. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, they're saying it's me. Oh, hold on now. They said mine is blurry and a bit delayed. 1 second. Let me try to fix it on my end. Well, I'm talking crap. Let me see. Is that better or no?
I can hear you, but we just need the people to let us know if they can hear us because we don't want you to miss anything.
Right. Okay, let me try something. This is blur. I'm gonna get off stage, come back in. Hold on.
Okay, in the meanwhile, in between time, I got y'all attention. So you see Stingrays, I'm gonna have y'all back because he talks about the raindrops, but I'm gonna talk about the Stingray. So every time I get a chance to plug y'all in, you know, y'all gonna be there with me because y'all have my back, so I gotta have your back. And I think, you know, all of what we're talking about is you know, deserves some support, and we absolutely are asking for your support and let us know how you feel. You know, every now and then we'll ask some questions. What are you saying? Who is that? Your date was with a guy? Was my date with a guy? Yeah, it was with a guy. I kind of I don't take myself so serious, you know, and I try to have a lot of fun. I'm sarcastic. I'm funny. You know, I do all the things that try to, you know, make me laugh and be the ball, the belle of the ball kind of thing, you know. So a lot of things that I may say, even in laughter, you know, I always mean what I say, but it's, you know, the jokey things are not so damn serious, you know what I mean? And I think that we're so serious and nowadays that, you know, everything is taken out of context. And so what I'd like to do is just kind of poke fun at a lot of things so I can just, you know, laugh, because I definitely laugh every day. You know, what are they saying? Are they asking a date with a white guy? Oh, with a white guy. Would I ever go on a date with a white guy? Yeah. Actually, I used to date an Italian guy. So yeah, I mean, I'm just for who is going to love me, you know. Do I want a brother? Absolutely. I want a man. That's what I want. I want a man. I want somebody to show up and I can look at him from his swag, from the way he look at his energy that he is spelling out. M-A-N, man.
Or MILLIONAIRE.
You said it.
I got your back. Oh. You my Libra sis. I got your back now. Trust and believe that.
I love it. I love it. I was just letting them know, you know, they were asking me a couple of questions about, you know, would I ever date a white man? And, you know, do I just, you know, simply just want a brother? And had I went on that date that I went on a couple of months ago, was it a guy or a girl? You know, and it was like, it was a guy. It was a guy. If I ever go on a date with a girl, which, you know, I probably have. Let me see. Shit. You want to know?
Okay, wait. Y'all already jumping ahead. Before we get into that, LisaRaye, talk to us about the fact that Dak Prescott is our last topic of the day. He called off his wedding 1 week before the wedding because his wife would not sign the prenup. What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, his fiance. I was saying that, you know, when you do that a week before the wedding, your money is really spent. But I say that both of them stood firm on their decision for it to be to boil down to nothing. And that's serious and that's hurtful. There must be a trust issue there as well. And this is something that they should have talked about way before they put their money down on a venue. You know what I mean? Of how she felt about signing something. But maybe perhaps I feel that what she was looking for was security if it doesn't work, and that he provides this lifestyle for her for however long that they'll be together, and until it breaks up, that she would have to be on her own. So what should have happened is that he should have offered some kind of security for her to make her feel safe about if this doesn't work. And I do believe that that would have answered her question. Because had she not signed after he made such an offer, then I would have felt like then, oh, well, then wait a minute, bitch, you after my money. You know what I mean? And so I'm the one working for this. And so if you won't sign because I'm not giving you half of my 200, 300 million, but yet I'm offering you a good, I don't know, 20, 30 million. If we don't make it, that to me is saying, hey, because you got to know that that's his, but while y'all together, it becomes community property. So if y'all make money together, which that's what I would do, because that's just what kind of woman I am, then you get whatever his offer was to you and whatever you all built together, not what he accumulated on his own without you and before you. That's not fair to me.
Yeah, no, the thing is this, it's crazy because they were together for approximately 2.5 years. Okay, so they dated for 2.5 years. They got engaged in October of 2024. LisaRaye, they also have 2 children together.
Oh, well, see, wait a minute. See, you that wait, hold on. You know what? Hold on. Let me do this real quick right here. Okay. So I still, I said, and I meant what I meant. So now that offer should really stand because he should really say, okay, I know what you're saying because you're going to have the kids, you're going to have this and that. And if we don't make it, you will struggle and you definitely won't have this lifestyle. So let me make sure and assure you that I'm going to take care of you and the kids with however much that's going to be. We don't know if that happened or not. We don't know if that number was low for her to go, how am I going to be able to live with this? And it wasn't fair. And that's why she didn't sign. Or we don't know if he just said, oh, if you don't sign this prenup at all, then that lets me know that you're here for my money and you're not getting half of my money that I work for. It may be that. Again, I need more information because if it was me, I'd ask all the important questions.
So she announced on social media today that it was not about a prenup. Mm-hmm. She denied that. What she did not deny, LisaRaye, is all these reports saying that she gave him an ultimatum to stop cheating. That allegedly it wasn't about the prenup and it was because he couldn't stop cheating.
Well, then what the fuck are you getting married for then?
Well, let me ask you this. Would you not marry your man if he was cheating on you, although he is worth $240 million?
Wait a minute. And you have to ask yourself, what are you marrying him for? If y'all have an understanding, and that's what it is. First of all, we shouldn't even know nothing about all of that. But if you got an understanding where you don't care if he cheats, then what the fuck is the problem? Because you're just dealing with what you was dealing with before you married him. So if you was all right with it then, you got to be all right with it now. But if you're marrying for love and you want your man to be with you and have eyes for only you, if he wasn't showing you that then, what are you doing? That pisses me off. That just is crazy to me. That just is that ain't smart. That ain't smart.
So you would, okay, if your man was worth $240 million and you found out he cheated, would you not marry him?
No, I wouldn't marry him. If that was what it was that was going to deter me from the marriage, that I don't want you to cheat, and you saying that, oh, I'm gonna cheat, and I'm saying I don't want that, it doesn't matter how much money you got. Let me tell you something. Money does not make you happy. I know. It don't matter how many jet skis you have. It don't matter how many boats you have named after you. It don't matter if your address changes. Take it from me. I know. I was in this mansion that felt like that I was a princess in a glass house, and you could absolutely throw a stone. And I just wanted some type of, so it doesn't matter what you can buy at that level, honey. You're going to buy all the things that you want within this marriage, if not the 2.5 years that you all have been married already. You already got the Hermes bag and the Louis Vuittons and the Gucci's and the house and the white picket fence and the dog and all of those things. The material things are not going to matter to you. What's going to matter is that he's in that bed with you, holding you, telling you everything is going to be okay. And we got this, baby. That's what you're getting married for. or unless you're getting married for another reason that we don't know, and then therefore I would shut the hell on up. Say, do you?
I listen, I'm with you. I know a lot of girls, and when I say this is true, and I'm so glad you said it, LisaRaye. Look, girls, gays, and theys, I think is wonderful if you meet somebody of means and you have a nice life, a nice lifestyle, all those things. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody in my life that are still with the man who they were with that was rich. It all ended badly for them. When I say that, what I mean is it goes to show you that it doesn't bring you happiness. And I think, like I said, it sounds good. I think at the moment it may feel good, but in my 40s, a lot of my girlfriends are in their 40s and they're single. And 98% of these girls were with rich men. And
well, I'm not going to rule out that you can't be happy and that they're not out there. I'm not going to do that.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely. But that can't. But no, I wasn't saying that. I was saying is that's why it has to be. I'm sorry. So just to clarify, my point was a man has to have more than that.
Yes,
in order for you to truly be happy. You know, again, in their situation, cheating happened, infidelity, you know, emotional abuse, narcissism. So those were their situations. But the biggest thing is that man has to have something more than just that. You're not going to be happy. I look at Kimora Lee Simmons, for example. I'm sorry, she dropped Simmons. Kimora Lee, and I'm just like, I don't know. Her husband is in jail for fraud. Her other husband is in Bali, high and out. You know what I'm saying? So you ladies, it sounds good on paper, but you gotta have somebody that has character.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm gonna have to go back and say, we're not really sure that Russell's over there hiding in Bali. We know that.
No. I wasn't. Okay, when I said hiding in Bali, what I meant by that was he decided to live there just based on allegedly based on some of the things that people are saying. That's what it is. Although I want to say he did say that he comes to America a lot. That's what he said. So there we go. But the thing is,
bad character is bad character. You can find that in broke. You can find that in rich. Sure. You can find that in wealthy. You know what I mean? The thing is that you just got to find a good man with good character and great attributes. And we're all searching for that great partner. All of us, men and women, whether you find it in a man or a woman.
Yes. All right. So Stingrays and Rain drops. This is the time where if you have a question for LisaRaye and I, or just LisaRaye,
or just Carlos King,
or just me, ask us in the chat right now. Because listen, we are here to help out people in the world of love and relationships and sex. I feel like we both have experience in this world, so we're able to sort of like help. So, LisaRaye, a question: are you interested in dating white men?
I am interested in dating a man, a good man, a man that I could grow with. And so I really am open because you're not going to make me just choose, you know what I mean? Because I don't know where you're going to come from. He may be Italian, he may be Indian, he may be, white, he may be from Africa. I don't know, but I am going to give him a chance because I want to find out. So I don't discriminate.
Darren Johnson, question for LisaRaye. Did the former Nicole Murphy ever apologize to you? Are you open to forgive if she apologizes, or has that ship just sailed?
Oh, that's a lot in that one question there. She initially apologized. She initially lied. And then I had to, let me, I got it, Carlos. I'm okay. I'm all right. And so then we had to meet, I said it like that. We met up and she lied. So then she brought me back involved in it when she went on the Wendy Williams show and said that I lied. Then it was like, well, wait a minute. You could have said anything but that, because that was a lie. And that's what I had a problem with, you know what I mean? And so my thing was, is when you come and you tell me, I hate that we're like this, and I don't want this between us. It's like, okay, well then let's look here. My ex-husband is over there. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the only reason why this matters is because, girl, you at my birthday parties, you're at my damn bachelorette party. Like, what? We like that. So clear the air, because you ain't doing it no more, and neither am I doing it no more. He over there now. So if we gonna make it where a clean slate, then quit lying. And don't be trying to make me think something different when it's not, because you're trying to open my nose with something. Like, no, just be honest. And she was not. And that's what really pissed me off, because I didn't find out until afterwards. And when I talked to him, he was like, absolutely. It was like, oh, well then. So, that to me was the thing of, if you want to try to tell me you're honest with me and I'm telling you the truth, I really am, and all of that. But then you trying to pull one over on me. You don't get to do that. So am I open to having a conversation? I mean, if we run into each other and, she finally want to, be honest. I mean, but was she really honest even with the, faux quoi thing in Italy while she was even over there lock lipping? And, I don't know, what girl, what again? Okay, then. Well, I don't know. So it could probably be that the ship has sailed, because it's almost like at this point, how mad you done made me. How do I come around and be like, oh, okay, now you told me the truth. Okay, I'm good. It's like, keep my name out your mouth is what I want to say. Oh, it's what I did just say. So take that. But, it doesn't bother me personally until somebody bring it up, you know what I mean? And then it's just like, it's just the truth of, it's a shame that it has to be that way. And that's the reality of it. I don't like when especially when we're in the same genre, we're in the same, areas and, same entertainment or whatever. That's not cool to have that kind of, friction between us, because we have so much other stuff between us as women anyway. Don't let a man come between us, and especially a man that you ain't with and I ain't with either. You know what I mean? It's like,
that's fair.
Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? So be a woman. Be a woman of your word. Be honest. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what I need to, teach, is one-on-one honesty of how to be a friend. You know what I mean? I believe in communication. I have a friend right now that's mad at me, and I don't even know why she's mad at me. But my thing is, and this is what I've always told her, if anybody tell you anything and you feel a way, just make sure you come to me. So, because let's communicate. Let's find out, because I can say to you, yeah, I did say that. That was messed up. But I didn't mean it like this. I meant it like that. Give me that choice, and then make your decision if you ain't fucking with me or not. You know what I mean? But me to walk around and I don't even know what you mad about, and I'm like, I don't know what I did. You know what I mean? I think that's not fair to your friendship if you all are really friends. And I'm really my friend's friend. So to me, we have been up and down before. You know what I mean? It came around. I don't know. Maybe her place is, I'm just tired. And it's like, okay, I got to respect that. But at the same time, I don't have closure and I don't know what happened. So all I can do is just be, you know what I mean? And being in the midst of when you don't know is quite jarring. It's almost like, oh man, okay, well, so I'll come around, she'll come around when she come around, and we'll deal with it then. But until then, it's like, I'll wait, And
I think that's super fair. Okay, 2 more questions for LisaRaye. We got Faith in Things. LisaRaye, how do I keep my boundaries with men? I have found that men don't care.
Really? Well, I would say you have to be a little stronger, about what your feelings and what you're going to take and not take. You can't let anybody push you back from where you are no longer comfortable, because it has to be uncomfortable for them to kind of overstep their bounds with you. So if they do that and don't respect you, because that's a consideration as well. If they don't respect you enough to say, oh, my bad, I don't mean that, then you are actually, dodging a bullet right there. And then you might as well go home. It's just you're meeting the wrong men. And I would say we as women got to check our energy, because I'm a real believer of manifestation. And it depends on how you're manifesting this. I don't know who I'm going to meet here. I mean, probably the same guys that I've been meeting. I don't know. If you're saying that and putting that out, but go to different places now. You know what I mean? Be dressed a different way. Be alone somewhere. I try to be intentional about everything that I'm doing now, because I want intentional to come back and return to me. So set those boundaries. Don't make no what I'm trying to say, exceptions. Your standards are your standards. So stick with them, and you're not wrong for that at all.
All right. Last question of the night from Sea Breeze 40. Sea Breeze, you've been in the comments all day. I love you. Sea Breeze asks, Ms. LisaRaye, should a very wealthy man tell you how wealthy he is even during marriage? Should he reveal his net worth to you?
I think that's part of the relationship when you are entering into marriage. You all should be honest with each other, because at that point, there should be no secrets. Why are you withholding that? Is it that you don't trust me with how much you're worth? What is that, like? You want me to come to you and let you know how much I'm worth? But I do know that game is played. And I do that sometimes. You don't want to let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. So even as women, you may have that Lord have mercy fund. And that's what I call it. That's that under the mattress and the safe. Lord have mercy fund is the money that's under the mattress, or the money that's in the safe, or the money that's in the safe deposit box. That Lord have mercy fund is when shit happens, you got a little, pot that you can piss in. You know how your mama say, you got no pot to piss in. You like, I ain't got nothing. That kind of thing. So you're not out there just, what I mean, with nothing. So I understand it. But I'm open book. I mean? I'm doing my, my living trust right now. So I'm very much into writing out the directions for my daughter and my granddaughter, and was very pleasantly surprised at how much I'm worth. And it just made me feel proud of myself in this business, because when I look at my resume, I'm not a Halle Berry. I'm not a Vivica Fox. You know what I mean? I'm not a Taraji Henson, but there's a place for me. And my resume isn't long like that, but I've done well. And I needed to know that about myself, because it allowed me to go, okay, I did do good, and I'm doing well. And that's right. And so I needed to feel that a little bit, especially since I lost my mom, because my roots are dead now. And so it was like, wow, it is just me. But it lets me know where I'm at. It lets me know how I want to build. And it lets me know that I'm working for legacy and what I want to leave back here for them. So to answer that question, I think that, it depends on what your marriage is to you. If it's open and honest and you are in love, share, because you guys can make much, much more than even that together. To say, babe, I got 10 million, but I want to make 5 more, because I want to make it 15. He gonna try to do everything in his power, and you try everything in your power to do the same, because you guys are evenly yoked like that. And I wish you nothing but the best.
That was excellent. Raindrops and stingrays. Excellent advice from the iconic LisaRaye McCoy. Thank you all. This is our first live. So guess what? We're going to try something different. We're going to do our shows live. I have fun doing it live.
I like it too. It's long, but I like it.
I know. We have to troubleshoot through a few things, but this was fun. And don't forget, Raindrops and Stingrays, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Shit Chat Carlos LisaRaye is on YouTube. Subscribe to it. We are going to do our lives there. And I wanted all of you to come in to see what you're going to get. Spread the word, okay?
Yeah.
Chit Chat with Carlos King and LisaRaye every other Wednesday live at 7 p.m. Eastern. And please submit questions when you have them, because as you see, we have tons of wisdom for you all, okay?
I love it. We're having so much fun. And a lot of times when you hear yourself speak, you get even more clarity on the wisdom that you're speaking, because sometimes it's not you. Sometimes it's the energy, and it's absolutely God.
Yes. I agree more. All right, LisaRaye, I love you, sister, and I'll see you soon, boo. And Raindrop the Stingrays, don't forget to subscribe. Chit Chat, Carlos, LisaRaye.